So yeah, this is the new base. It's now a little bit tidier. You can see we've got our ME crafting terminal right in here at the top. And then I've got like a series of elevators from open blocks that take us up and down throughout the base. And they're a little staggered, so not every elevator takes you to every floor. And I'm thinking I might live to regret this decision because it might mean that we have to end up going like up and down through quite a lot of elevators to get around the base. But my intention was that I didn't want to have to go up and down like 6 elevators to get to each different floor, right? So for example, this elevator here takes us down to the floor directly beneath the top floor there. This is our Tinker's Construct / Smeltery floor. We've also got our Bibliocraft books here as well. We were working on that in the last stream to duplicate some of our enchantments. And then on the back here, we've got our lava generation, cobblestone generator, pumping into the compacting drawer, generating lava above the heat sand and producing lava for our tank. I did have to break the quantum tank to move it over here, and so we did lose the like 1 million millibuckets that we had at the end of the last stream, but that's fine. We'll slowly but surely get some more lava, and I don't really think that we need all that much backlogged, at least not for today's stream. And then from here, I don't think we can go down anymore. Oh no, we can't go down anymore, but I'll get down to that in just a second. If we go back up, we can then go over to either one of these 2 elevators, and that will take us down to the 3rd floor, like the one beneath the Tinker's Construct floor. So it's kind of hard to visualize this, and it might end up being a bit of a pain to work with. But for example, if I go down here, you can see we've got our water wheels. These are all kind of around the edges here. And then below the Tinker's Construct Smeltery room, we have this room here, which is our storage room. So we've got all of the compacting drawers that we made and had previously on our lower level of the base. Those are all just exactly the same as they were before. We also now have a bunch of extra space, extra storage drawers here. They're all locked and don't have anything in them just yet, apart from a few of them here that are holding some items that we had left over. And I'll probably fill these up slowly but surely over time as we progress on through the pack. If we get any items that we have a large number of that are kind of taking up a lot of space in our AE2 system, we can always go ahead and fill in these storage drawers with those. And then 3 sides of this floor have our sifting. I did, between episodes, before I started moving all of the stuff around, create all of the meshes that we needed. So now we have a full set of diamond stiffened meshes in every single one of our 3x3 sieves, and all of the meshes are fully upgraded with sieving efficiency 5 and sieving fortune 3. And then beneath there, if I go down one more floor again, we do have our material stoneworks factories here. And right now the material stoneworks factories are not as fast as they could be. You'll see we only have one of the possible 2 speed upgrades that you can put into these things, but it is more than enough for the time being. The reason why I've only put one instead of both in is because if you put the second speed upgrade in, it does increase the amount of redstone flux required to 90 redstone flux per tick. And as of right now, we're still using these wireless RF transmitters to transfer our power around the base, and these can only transfer a maximum of 80 redstone flux per tick. And so until we upgrade our wireless transfer system, we actually can't transfer more than 80. And so we're going to have to stick with just the tier 1 speed upgrades. But as I mentioned, they are doing just fine. And so if I head back up here, you'll see we've got gravel being sifted here. Round the corner, we've got, I think, sand is being sifted here. It is indeed. And then finally, we've got dust sifted over here as well. And then the setup after that is exactly the same as it was before. We're using retrieval nodes to pull all of the items from all of the sifting. Or I should say we're using advanced item collectors to collect all the items in the medium storage crates. Then we're using retrieval nodes to pull all of that stuff through to the draw controller there. You will notice the draw controller is connected through a lot of oak trim to all of the drawers. So there's like a big network of trim beneath there, so I can connect this controller to all of these storage drawers. And then finally back here, we of course have our Zenith furnace doing the same thing it was before, just turning all of those ores into ingots. The ores go in the top, the ingots go at the bottom, the fuel goes in the back there. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, you'll see I've got a hidden bed around the corner there. I couldn't really find a better place to put that. But around here, we've got, of course, our little hopping bonsai pot with oak wood. Again, couldn't really find a better place to put this, and so it still is hidden away in the back of the base here for us to use as fuel. And this here, you'll notice, is, if you look at Whaler in the top there, this is cable facade. This is covering up all of the ME cable, and there is a storage bus on top of the draw controller there that connects all the way up, of course, to our ME system, so we can access all of the stuff in our storage drawers quite nicely. As of right now, none of these other ME drives are connected because, of course, we still don't have an ME controller, and so our little ME system that we do have is currently limited to just 8 items or 8 channels, and right now of course we've got 1 on the ME crafting terminal. These 3 over here are connected, but these other 9 are not just yet. I do want to kind of rectify that in today's stream. Of course, another one of those channels is the storage bus, which is hidden behind this conduit facade here. We then do have a couple of lower floors on top of that. I will go back up real quick, and again we'll go down to the 4th floor, which is this floor here. A bit of a random floor, all things considered. I was kind of running out of space and kind of had a few things that needed somewhere to go, and so as of right now we've got our Empower set up here with of course all of the display stands. It turns out I was wrong. In a previous stream, the wireless RF transmitters do indeed transfer power into the display stands. I think the problem we were having before is that we just didn't have enough power or weren't generating power when I was trying to do it, but this does in fact work. You can see I've got a little wireless RF transmitter stuck to the bottom of this Empower, and it is sending power to all of the display stands, which is great. Over here, we've got our Obsidian generator. At some point, I do want to connect that up with a storage bus to the system, but right now, it's not too much of a hassle to come and just get the Obsidian. At the back here, we of course have our enchantment table with all of the books, allowing us to get to level 30 enchants if we need them. Not sure if we're going to use that again in the series, but we might need it, so I've put it there. Over here, we got our plastic generation. I did set up another hopping bonsai pot with a basic storage door to allow us to automatically farm acacia wood, which of course is then being pumped down into this guy here, the block placer, putting it down in front of the tree fluid extractor, and then pumping the resultant latex over into the latex processing unit. So now we've got a bunch of tiny piles of dry rubber, which we can of course craft into actual rubber if we want. And then another kind of out of place item here is of course the atomic reconstructor. Again, didn't really have a place to put it, so I've kind of just whacked it down here for the time being, and everything is receiving power from that wireless RF transmitter. And finally, chat, if I head on back up to one of the higher floors, aka the top floor, we can go down to the storage room, and then if we go down again, we end up on these little like platforms here because the maximum distance apart that you can have elevators is 20. And so right down at the bottom, I have the mob spawner. It is right down here at Y level 15, quite far down. Again, had to have multiple elevators because you can't. I really wish you could just go like straight from here to the bottom, but unfortunately you do need multiple elevators to get you down here. But again, the system is exactly the same. In here we got our mob spawner. I did change this a little bit. Previously we were using fans for mob grinding utilities. Now we're using vector plates, which are from Dark Utilities. I don't actually know which mod these were from, but they're fairly easy to make. 2 iron, 1 we use the rice slime ball, some sugar, and 2 stone makes you 8. We're using 24 in here to push them all to the exact same mob grinder in the middle there with the exact same upgrades that it had before, those being the looting upgrades and the sharpness upgrades. As always, all of the resultant mob drops from that mob spawner are being collected by the advanced item collector, placed into the small storage crate, and then from there either being placed in the loot bag storage if they are a loot bag, into the anti-barrel if they are non-stackable like all of these armor pieces, and of course our patient loot bags, which I will take out here and put into our new opener setup here. Now we've got 4 loot bag openers, which I've been told is the optimal number of loot bag openers to have to make this kind of as fast as is humanly possible. You'll see again we've got yet more nether stars from me putting these in previously, and then of course finally anything that doesn't go into the loot bag storage or the anti-barrel does of course get put into the drawer controller, and we've got all of our drawers that we had before here as well, and of course we've got an ME storage bus that connects all the way up to the top there, allowing us to access all of this stuff from our ME system as well. I did have to add a few new basic storage drawers, namely this one and this one to the setup, because moving the mob spawner so low down to the ground means that we now get bats, and this storage crate was filling up quite quickly. You'll see we haven't even got a place to put bat trophies, and so I guess eventually this will fill up with bat trophies and maybe uncraftable tipped arrows with blindness. These are 2 things that are not currently being stored, and so might fill up the chest, but they appear very irregularly, and so I think we've got quite a bit of time before we have to worry about those. But these 2 storage drawers here, one is just for trophies. These are already been backed up. And the other is for sugar, which apparently we weren't storing before and have a butt ton of, as well as batwings and batwings from different mods. I guess so. Bat wings and bat wings. Apparently there were 2 mods that add those, and those being stored in there as well as some dimlets from RF Tools. And so chat, I think that's pretty much everything explained. That is the new base. That's what I've been working on over the past couple of days. This floor here is a bit of a mess. This one's kind of really the only one that I'm not a huge fan of. It's also not symmetrical because there's nothing going over in that direction there. I don't think I've forgotten really too much. Oh, I did put down some more of these water wheels. I think previously we just had the 1. We now have 4 water wheels for symmetry's sake, and so we are producing 64 grid power, which is pretty nice indeed. It also leads me nicely on to one of the things I do want to work on in today's stream, and that is the angel ring. So up until now, I think we've kind of been, or at least I've been working under the assumption that eventually we're just going to buy the flight totem using RAK this guy right here, 768 RAK, and we just get creative mode flight. But if we look in our system here real quick, we are currently at 276 RAK, which is, if you're unaware, less than 768. And so right now we can't afford the flight totem for that creative mode flight, and it seems like we're a little ways away from being able to get it. And so I looked at the recipe here for the angel ring, and it doesn't really seem too hard for us to get. It's 4 gold, 2 glass, 1 golden lasso holding a bat, which should be doable now that we have that mob spawner producing bats quite quickly. 1 cursed lasso with a ghast in it. Again, shouldn't be too hard for us to find a ghast in the nether. And then the cursed lasso is just a golden lasso with a drop of evil. And to my surprise, we've got 512 drops of evil in our storage crates downstairs. We must be getting a lot of wither skeletons and a lot of wither skeleton mob drops as a result. And then in the middle, a ring of the flying squid, which is made with 4 ink sacks, which we have, 2 diamonds, which we've got, an ender pearl, and a squid in a golden lasso. Again, the squid shouldn't be too hard for us to get. If we set up some kind of just body of water somewhere that is below Y level 60, we should be able to get squids fairly easily. And then finally, what might be the hardest part is the chicken wing ring, which needs some feathers, which we currently don't have, 4 iron ingots, 2 resonating redstone crystals, and a golden lasso with a chicken in it. Again, something that we don't have, but all things that I think we can get, hopefully, in today's stream. And so potentially by the end of today's stream, I won't have to bother too much with these elevators anyway, because I'd be able to just fly around and do stuff that way. Check for bat bags. What are bat bags? Bat bags. Oh man, yeah, look at that. A hero with no praise or glory. Does a bat bag... Oh, look at that. You can just spawn a bat. That's interesting. Do bat bags... Well, my first question is, I don't think we do have any bat bags, but my main question is, if we did have bat bags, would they go into the loot crate store like this here? Can you select a bat bag from this list? It doesn't look like you can. I would assume that they work in the same way as these, the patient loot bags, and that they don't stack and they're just... We got 16 bat bags. Look at that. So is it like guaranteed, or is it a low percentage chance? That does not give me any helpful information. All right, let's check this though. If I just open one, it just gives you a spawn bat. That is crazy. Oh wow, that makes our lives a whole heck of a lot easier. Like before, I was trying to figure out how we were going to break into the spawner and hope that we don't get killed by some other creature, but that just makes life a whole heck of a lot easier. Thank you very much indeed, chat. That's just so much easier. Wow. All right, in that case then, also actually there's one thing I forgot to do. All of these elevators do go up to the roof here, and on the roof we have what is currently our only source of power. Like right now we just have the tier 3 solar panel producing 300 redstone flux per tick during the day. You can see right now it's nighttime. The power there is slowly but surely going down. Our other source of power, the death generator, and all of its other stuff is currently in here. I kind of just stuck it all in the chest because I don't have a good place to put it just yet. But I do want to work on getting a better source of power in today's episode as well, because the death generator was kind of getting a little bit iffy in the last stream. It was turning off all of the time and wasn't really producing a whole lot of power. And so I think I am going to mix things up a little bit and go in with a different source of power in today's stream. But before we do work on that, let me go and sleep real quick so our power doesn't go offline. That would be not the best. But I guess we'll start by seeing about creating this angel ring, because it doesn't seem like it could be too difficult. Also, travel anchors are on my list as well. I did look at those before the stream started, and depending on how much I like the creative mode flight, we may or may not make some, but I think we might, because they're not too hard to make. But let me look at this angel ring again. I think the first thing that we want to work on is getting the chicken, right? If we can get chickens to spawn, even just one chicken, we can store that chicken, and then hopefully others will spawn and we can get the feathers, right? Because the only way to get feathers is from chickens. You can use feather essence, but that does require chicken seeds. And so I think, Chad, that the best way for us to do this is probably going to be getting some dirt, getting like a grass seed, getting some torches so that regular mobs don't spawn, and then just setting up an area, potentially just over by our mob slaughter factory over here, for chickens to spawn in, right? If I just put down some dirt around like so, I think eventually we should get some mobs spawning on here, right? I am a little cautious about this because I think I can still fall through that gap, even though, like, I can't put a block there. The fact that there's a wireless RF transmitter, I think I can still fall through that. So I'm just going to be a little bit cautious when it comes to that particular piece of the island here. But hopefully, if we start with a little bit of a grass platform over here, we should get, hopefully, at least one chicken spawning. All right, that's all about dirt. We don't have a whole lot of dirt, actually, which is not great. I will put grass down here. I will also quickly go back and grab our watering can. That's going to allow us to spread the grass nice and easily. That's home 2. This does work, right? Yeah, nice. It's a little annoying that it also, I guess if I don't shift, oh, there we go. Okay, nice. They do spawn. I had one. Nice. Okay, I was gonna say like that would be insane, right? I don't think there's a recipe for like a spawn chicken in the pack. It is possible actually. Ah, no, this is not the right market, right? I was gonna say it's possible that we could buy a chicken egg from the market, but I don't think that the farming for blockheads market gives you spawn animals. I think it's the Pam's Harvestcraft market that lets you spawn animals. All right, beautiful. Okay, so I'm just gonna let that do its thing. Hopefully, I guess every so often we can go over if like some pigs or some sheep or some cows spawn on there. We can always go over and just get rid of them so we can make room for more chickens. We do, of course, have this one cow, which was given to us by Kiss in the last episode, so that if we do ever get hit with the Doom debuff from our death generator, we can come and grab a bucket of milk from this cow here and use that to get rid of the debuff. How many nether stars are we on now? We're on 15 nether stars, chat. Holy heck, we haven't killed a single wither yet, and yet we've got 15 nether stars just from patient loot bags alone. That's crazy. Nether star seed? Ooh, that's not a bad idea. I think the nether star seed does require insanium essence, and so it is a little bit difficult for us to make right now, but getting 2 insanium essence shouldn't be too difficult. It does require obviously a lot of inferium essence, like a crazy amount of it, but it does mean that we can actually get this when we get to Insanium because we already have the nether stars ready to go, which is super nice. But that is not what I want to work on in today's stream. In today's stream, I want to focus on getting the Angel Ring if we can, but also I want to focus on getting some more power because going forward, we're definitely going to need more than the 300 redstone flux per tick that we're currently producing from our solar panel here, our tier 3 solar panel from Thermal Solars. And I'm kind of thinking about continuing with the solar panel trend, but maybe switching mods because right now we're using the Thermal Solars solar panel, which are cheaper than the ones from Solar Flux Reborn, but don't go anywhere near as high. So these ones go from tier 1, I believe, to tier 6, and at tier 6 they produce 600 redstone flux per tick. So we can double the amount of redstone flux per tick we're producing from our solar panel, but still 600 RF per tick is not particularly high. However, with the ones from Solar Flux Reborn, these do get more expensive, and also I believe are more expensive in the earlier tiers, but by the time that you get to like tier 5, you're already at 500 redstone flux per tick. Tier 6 takes you up to 2,000 redstone flux per tick, and then you can go 8,000, 32,000, a million redstone flux per tick with the Neutronium solar panel, and then the solar panel of infinity produces a whopping 16 million RF per tick. And then does it go even higher? It doesn't. There are some more here that are like kind of intermediaries with the Wyvern, Draconic, and Chaotic solar panel producing 512,000, but these produce a lot more redstone flux, in a much smaller space, but they are much more expensive. And so one of the things I want to do in today's episode is hopefully I would like to make a tier 4 solar panel. This seems very doable. It does require a block of diamond for every 2 that you make, but doesn't seem too bad other than that. We've got a lot of resources now thanks to our upgraded sifting system. The only thing holding us back from going to tier 7 is the fact that we need Dragon's Breath, and so at some point we could see ourselves going to the end, trying to fight the end dragon in order to get some Dragon's Breath and thus make the tier 7 solar panel, which would be great, producing 8,000 redstone flux per tick. The only problem with the solar panels from Solar Flux Reborn is that they are extremely tedious to craft, and so as somebody has already pointed out in the Twitch chat, the first thing that we're going to do in today's stream is work on a little bit of auto crafting, because if we can get auto crafting set up, I really don't think these solar panels are going to be too hard for us to make whatsoever. You can see we've got like almost 300,000 iron. If I go ahead and type in diamonds, we've got over 3,000 diamonds, and so I don't think the resources should really be an issue for us in this pack. I think, chat, the first thing that I want to do, if we're going to set up auto-crafting, we're of course going to do it with Applied Energistics. And I don't think I mentioned it in the base tour here, but our Applied Energistics Crystal Growth Chamber, this guy right here, and the Advanced Inscriber, which is Crystal Growth Chamber and Advanced Inscriber, they are kind of hidden right now back behind our smeltery. Also, that's where our energy acceptor is, and also our backup power for Applied Energistics 2. In case our solar panel ever goes offline, we've got a nice 2 million RF buffer there so that the energy acceptor always has power ready to go. These are both here right now. I think the first thing that I want to do is probably look at speeding these up, because we are going to need a bunch of processors in today's stream, and right now the Advanced Inscriber, whilst useful, is a little bit slow. And so if we head on back up to the top level here, in order to make the Advanced Inscriber faster and also the Crystal Growth Chamber faster as well, we need to make ourselves some acceleration cards, which thankfully are not too difficult to make. They require Fluix crystals, which also we might not have a lot of actually. Fluix crystals. We do not. We got 1 Fluix crystal. I'm getting a sinking feeling now that we don't have a lot of netherrack. By netherrack, I mean nether quartz. We don't. We got 30 nether quartz. Chat. How? And I think that might hurt us with the solar panels as well. Now that I think about it, let's have a look here. Tier 4 does require blocks of quartz. Okay. So if we're going to make any... We need, that's not too many blocks of quartz, honestly. It really depends on how many solar panels we want to make. Just making a few isn't too bad. Seeds is a good idea, actually. I was going to say, how do we go about getting a large amount of nether quartz? And jumping in with some nether quartz seeds probably is a good idea. We actually don't have any automation through mystical agriculture just yet, but I do like that idea of jumping in and trying to make some nether quartz seeds. And so you know what? Sure, let's go for it. We are extremely light on dirt in that we've just used all of our dirt over there. And so what is the quickest way, real quick, of us getting more dirt? If we can get some dirt and we can start growing some seeds here, that might make our lives a lot easier. It might even be worth us getting dirt seeds, just so that we can grow dirt as opposed to having to use the ex nihilo composting method, and also maybe having to jump into a little bit of mechanism. Isaac, why not go to the hunting dimension and just shovel dirt there? That is a good idea, actually. That's not a bad idea whatsoever. It doesn't help us with the garden cloche, but what do we need to get to the hunting dimension, actually? Because that is a quest that we have yet to do, is the hunting dimension quest. We just need the hunting dimension frame. Hunting dimension frame. I think we need, like, enough of this to make a nether portal style shape, right? Surely we've got arrows. Excuse me? Are we not? No. What? Surely. Our mob spawner doesn't have any arrows? I do not buy this. Just go. I mean, first things first, we got... Is this... Whoa. Is this not connected, right? Because for one, we've got 4,000 feathers, which is grand. But also... No arrows? The skeletons... Am I in full chat? The skeletons not drop arrows? Is that like a pack specific thing? Also, are our feathers showing up in the AE system? They are. Okay, so we got 4,000 feathers. So I guess we only need one chicken in that case, which is good because we just need the one chicken in the golden lasso and we should be good to go. Not having arrows is a little annoying, although we should be able to make one arrow now that we know that we have 4,000 feathers. I think we might need more than one arrow, and I guess we could also use our uncraftable arrows there if we really wanted to as well. But we'll go ahead and we'll make 12 hunting frame. And then is this just a standard portal, chat? Like a standard nether portal style setup here? Something like that, and then we don't quite have enough to make the full frame. We could have put something like cobblestone in the corners there, but we're not that light on resources that we can't do something like this. There we go. All right. So I think that's correct. Let me check the quest book. It'll probably tell me. Right-click the portal frame with a sword in your hand, then shift to go through to the dimension. Okay, cool. So it kind of works like the mining dimension in that you do have to shift to go through it. I'm going to assume that my obsidian broadsword doesn't work, but that my other sword might. Oh, it did. Nice. Okay, cool. So apparently... And I didn't think about this, but the hunting dimension does have dirt all over the place. I am going to take some torches with me because if memory serves me right, the hunting dimension is exceptionally dark. And right now we do not have a whole heck of a lot of armor. I don't think the mobs in the hunting dimension are any stronger than regular mobs, but there are quite a few of them. And so just to be safe, I am going to take a chest plate and some leggings with me. Probably go for maybe osmium, maybe steel. Just kind of keep with the theme. We've got like a full steel set of armor going on here. Okay. Any mob is too strong for you? We were fine. We should be fine. So this should allow us to get quite a nice amount of dirt, hopefully, without having to grow too much. Oh, look at this. This is a lot flatter than... Oh my goodness, look at that village. This is a lot flatter than the last time I saw it. Yeah, when I played this in... when I came to this dimension in SevTech, this was a lot less flat than it currently is. Also, we do... Oh, hello. We do currently have, excuse me, what is attacking me? I beg your pardon. We do still have a quest that wants us to kill one of each basic mob, including a, is it an arcane golem? Is that the name of the one from Embers? So we do have to still kill a couple of creatures. I have a feeling that there's an invisible mob. Like I can hear a zombie. Hello, my friend. Hello. I don't know where you are. F3A, reload. No, I'm just being hit by an invisible creature. Okay, I guess that's fine. That, I mean, it's not, I do have saturation unlimited, which means it is quite difficult for us to die from like individual mob hits because we're always at full saturation. I see you hiding there behind that portal, my friend. What? Is it just, I'm going to relog because it's quite possible that that might be just like a textual glitch that it's not showing up. If it's just meant to be difficult, then that's a different question. But I mean, jeez. Yeah, there, hello. Get out of here. We did put looting on our obsidian sword here, which, you know, means that we do get extra mob drops from killing these mobs here, but we probably should have put a little bit of nether quartz on as well, just to give us a little bit more hitting power as well. Is it likely that we could find a chicken here, chat? That's the golem that we need to kill from embers. But I see cows, I see sheep, and I see pigs. Is there a chance that we just find a chicken in this dimension? Or are these pigs and cows not actually pigs and cows? Because I did notice in my spawner that we do have pigs and cows spawning, but then when you kill them, they kind of like make a mob killed screech. Oh, I forgot about you. They're demon sheep, pigs, and cows. Ah, they're not real sheep, pigs, and cows. Oh, hello, my friend. You've made my job of finding you much easier. I don't want him to destroy my portal. That would be bad. I do, however, wish... No. Slash home it is, I guess. All right. In that case, let's get rid of you. I don't think this guy is strong, but again, our saturation should carry us through here. Perfect. Let me check my quest real quick. What else do we need to kill? We've killed a zombie, not a skeleton, not a creeper, not a golem. Apparently that other skeleton did not count. Hello, demon sheep. Goodbye. Oh, yeah, that's actually just a demon. That's horrific. Hello. Please die. Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible. All right, we'll go kill a skeleton real quick. I'm a little worried about that baby skeleton. Baby skeletons do scare me. Also, this guy, I probably shouldn't have picked one that was wearing mechanism armor. I can't kill that, I don't think. I need like a different tool. I don't think that baby skeletons count as skeletons. I mean, this definitely could have gone better, chat. Definitely could have gone better. I will try and kill this creeper. They definitely do seem slightly more powerful. Like, I could be a dweller, hey? I could be misinformed, but they do seem like they've got more health than regular creatures. Like, I'm pretty sure regular, like, creepers and zombies and skeletons don't have that many hearts. It's not anything we can't handle, of course. Apart from the fact that we can't get back to our home because our portal was destroyed. But other than that, everything is just going hunky-dory. Please stop attacking me. I know this is the hunting dimension and that's what it's for, but if you could not attack me, that would just be splendid. Good news is we're upgrading our weapon, which I guess is nice. I'm a little worried about our tools breaking. Let's go kill this baby skeleton. Excuse me? You're so fast. He's too fast. But he's also a fool. Okay, did that count as a skeleton? I'm going to assume no, it didn't. Okay, so we have to kill... Please, sir, have some respect. So we have to kill a regular skeleton. This guy looks like the perfect candidate. And we also have to kill a regular creeper. No, please don't. Oh. Every time, man. Every time. It's so much more difficult to kill creepers when they got double health. Who would have thought? There are some loot crates about. Not all loot crates. Chance cubes. I completely forgot that chance cubes are in the pack. I believe we can also actually just craft chance cubes. And so, you know, I'm going to go... This could be the end of us. Not to be confused with The Last of Us. That's just some water. Yep. I was just waiting for it. I knew it's never that easy. Oh, his name is John Cena. Well, that was a large explosion. Gosh, dang it. Creepers will blow up no matter what. Well. There's some F's in the Twitch chat. The good news is we can get another set of armor incredibly easily, which is great. I guess I'll take I don't think we need respiration, but sure, why not? We can get another set of armor very easily, which is nice, and head back. We don't have really a whole lot in the way of weapons, I don't think. We've got, like... a wooden sword. I'm going to very quickly, just for my own safety, make a diamond sword. And you know what? I'm going to enchant it as well, because we've got the enchantment set up just ready to go. And so just on the off chance it gives us something real nice, I will enchant our weapon. Smite 4. Okay, cool. All right. Let us go and get our stuff back, chat. I'm going to put this lapis away just in case we lose it. Are you missing the elevator yet, Isaac? I did look at the, I assume you're talking about the one from RF Tools. I did contemplate putting down one of the RF Tools elevators, but unfortunately, RF Tools has been kind of locked out in this pack, or locked further behind some progression into like Lordcraft. So we do have to jump into some, oh, we got a new portal though, which is nice. We do have to do some more progressing. What do I need here? I don't need you. I don't know if there's any better or not, or worse, but that's fine. Don't need the hearts or the skulls. We're burned. Okay, cool. I think we've got everything we need. We did get our saturation back, which is, as always, very nice indeed. I'll just go ahead and... Oh, we can't afford to re-equip that yet, but that's fine. We can re-equip that back when we get home. I do wish to finish, however, what I started here. I would like to kill a creeper. We've also got a slime island, which is very nice. I would like to kill a creeper. And I would like to kill... Do the creepers just... So someone said the creepers blow up no matter what. I assume that's not true. I assume, like, I can kill them. I do see an invisible ancient golem there. Oh, yep. Again, invisible creatures are the best. Like, I don't mind... No. They do blow up no matter what. Okay, I'm going back. I'm going back. No. Not like this, Chan. Not like this. We don't need to complete this quest today. I'm out of here. Take me home. Okie dokie. Let's... We didn't get much dirt. Honestly, we got 32 dirt, which should, I think, be fine, honestly, for now. Let me go ahead and consume some of these solidified experience cubes. 40 levels, I think, should be enough, potentially, to re-equip the saturation totem. 58 play levels is not enough. All right, that's fine. Let's dump some of this stuff back into here. We got a lot of mob drops. Not necessarily what we were after, but that's fine. The ability bottle is now empty. All right. Let's quickly go and grab... Oh, I don't need to go down. I keep forgetting that I don't have to go down to grab my solidified experience cubes. They are accessible right there in the crafting terminal. Perfect. Okay, 58 levels. Boom. Okay, hunger, not a problem. All right, we have dirt. Let's get back to those freaking nether quartz seeds. So, one of my first concerns is that we actually don't have as much inferium essence as I would like. We've got 2,389. Now, I don't know if that's because of the fact that we just like haven't been getting that much from our mob drops, but I think it could also be due to the fact that, oh no, it's definitely, I was thinking it could be like an upgrade issue, like we were capping out our storage door maybe, but no, that we can hold up to 4,096. So we're definitely not at a limit yet. Like we're not voiding any excess inferium, at least not just yet. So if we want to make nether quartz seeds, then we need to get ourselves 8 intermediate essence, which means, of course, that we need 32 prudentium, which means that we need 32 times 4, which is what, 128 inferium essence, which is actually fine. Like we have 128 inferium essence, so this should be not a problem whatsoever. The real question is, does our... Oh yeah, we've still got crafting crystal, nice. What did I say, 128? So 2 stacks? Kind of hard to do 2 stacks when your crafting terminal shuts off every time you try and craft any more than 46, but that's fine. Nether quartz seeds, nice. So as I mentioned previously, it would be great if we could automate the farming of the nether quartz seed. There are a few ways we can do that, of course. We could use just kind of a farming station from Ender.io would work. The garden cloche, of course, would work for immersive engineering. We could also just put something down like the planter and harvester from Industrial Foregoing. I do, however, think that the garden cloche is going to be our best bet going forward for this. However, it does require advanced crafting. It requires tier 2 as well. Like we have to go through tier 1 into tier 2, which is not terrible, but also not great. Now, I'm assuming that the reason they're using the Ender Crafter and not the QED... Is the QED not a thing anymore? They get rid of that? Huh. I vote crop sticks. Just manually harvest it. I assume the reason they're using the Ender Crafter here is because it's automatable. And so I'm thinking that we can kind of bundle in a couple of things at once here. I'm assuming that we can if we set up auto crafting, then hopefully we can set up auto crafting for some of these recipes, like for making these basic components here and making things like this luminescence. Like, if we can set up basic auto-crafting for that, I think that's going to prove useful, because I'm fairly certain we need these going forward anyway. Yeah, they're used for, like, all of the crafting tables. Imaginary time block? I assume the imaginary time block is also an extended crafting recipe. Oh, it's not, but it is. Actually, might not be out of our price range, honestly. Darkstone, black dye, cobblestone. That's not particularly bad. Like, we do have nether stars. I guess we could always do something similar to what Nick and I did in Stoneblock, in that we could just use a mechanical user potentially to like auto harvest the seeds, right? Like, if do we have a hoe real quick to test this? We do. Nice. So real quick here, if I was to just put down these seeds, and we should do them in crop sticks, because I think they are better in crop sticks, he said without much confidence. But if we do this, oh, you can't put them in crops. Oh, no, you can. There we go. Nice. And then temporarily, if we use our watering can to increase the growth speed here, I'm assuming what we can do is use like a mechanical user to just right click and have that pop off, and then we could use some kind of like vacuum chest to collect all of the drops. I assume that would not be out of this world. Like, I assume that's definitely doable. Let me try this real quick. So I think I do have to place this. I always place these down wrong. I'm fairly certain that I do have to place this like that. Okay, perfect. So if we just set this to right click and then one of these, we can get our nether essence. That might not be too bad, honestly. The reason why I'm contemplating this is because I think, if I'm not mistaken, the imaginary time block doesn't work with machines. It only works with crops. And so if I was to put my seeds into a garden cloche, they wouldn't be affected by an imaginary time block. The question now is whether or not the imaginary time block is realistically something we can get. And honestly, it doesn't seem too bad. These gold casings are very easy. The nether stars we have, the 2 cubic crystals require ender shards, which is just nether quartz and ender pearls, and diamonds and nether quartz, as well as the level 3 Quibit cluster level 3, that's quite a mouthful, as well as the level 2, level 1, and the level 1 is just more gold casing, more diamonds. I think this is doable, chat. I think we can definitely do this. The follow-up question, I guess, and the one I didn't think about until I started crafting here, is that it's quite possible this thing uses more power than we have. I don't know how much power these use. Hopefully not too much. I assume definitely more than 300 though. RF per tick, that is. What do we need? Oh, Darkstone, of course. Shouldn't be too bad. I think all of our ink right now is down in here. It is. Beautiful. All right. Okie dokie. So, boom. Nice amount of Darkstone. Easy peasy. And then that allows us to get the amplification crystal. We do need 2 of those if we're going to make both tiers. We did just run out of nether quartz, so we might have to do, I was going to say we could do some mining in the nether, but then again, we could always just, we need quite a few of these. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We could always just go ahead and use our watering can. Since you're not going for the flight totem, maybe you'd like to go for the bone meal one. That's a good point, actually. It's a fair point. If we're not going to go for the flight totem, a bunch of people did recommend the bone mealer totem, which is this one maybe? That's fertility. Bone mealer. 150. I'm tempted. You know what? Sure. I'm going to do that. 150 RAK. Simply due to the fact that I don't necessarily think the flight totem is really worth it. I think the angel ring shouldn't be too hard, he says as he looks over it. Still 0 chickens. But I think that could help us out quite a bit. So, complete. Boom. How many levels for this? Like 100? 30. 30 levels. Not a problem whatsoever. It's solidified experience cubes is what I'm after. Perfect. All right. Let's see how good this thing is. People have been raving about this. So I hope it's good. Boom. Boom. Oh yeah, that's quite nice. Just me standing nearby these just makes them faster. I guess I can watering can on top of that to make it even quicker as well if I wanted to. Activate the can in the offhand. Is there a need to? Can I activate the? Oh yeah, I can activate it in the offhand. Can I hold 2 of these? Like if I made a second one? Huh. Anyway, we got 30 of our nether quartz essence, which should be enough to get us quite a bit of nether quartz here. I'm not quite sure if it's going to get us enough for the imaginary time block, but we'll see. What's the craft here? This is where it turns out, by some stretch of the imagination, you can't use these to craft nether quartz. No, you totally can. Nice. Perfect. Perfect. All right. Imaginary time block. Okay, so we've got one of these level 2 clusters here. Let's go ahead and make a few more. So we need 3 more, which means we need 12 more of these, which means we need a lot of what's going on here. Okay. All right, that's fine. I'm going to make, then, in that case, like a stack of these. I guess really as many as we can make using the nether quartz that we have. So I think I just need 8 more of these. 1, 2, 3, and we're out. What are we missing? More gold casing. Again, I'm going to make a stack of those. We've got so much gold and so much redstone, and I think we might need a stack anyway. So I think we were at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me check real quick. I don't want to make too many if I can avoid it. Definitely need more amplification doohickeys. What are we missing there? We're missing more nether quartz, of course. Of course. But we do have 64 more now. I think it's just like, it's obviously just passively being made behind us thanks to the bone mealer effect. And so there's yet more nether quartz for us, which is fantastic. Make a couple more of these. They do stack, which is great. Darkstone, not particularly difficult for us to make either. So I'll go ahead and make like a stack of that as well. And I think, chat, finally, we might be at the point where we can make this thing. So do I have 4 of these? I do. Perfect. There's a level 3 crystal. And boom, an imaginary time block. Nice. So, chat, if I were to put this down like here, I think this does require power. The question is how much power? Like, that's definitely going faster, but it is given 80 RF per tick. Right? Like, that's definitely nice and quick. That plus the bone mealer effect, and I guess we could, you know, amplify it even further with our, oh, that's an elevator, amplify it even further with our watering can here if we wanted to be even faster. But that's pretty nice. You know, we could set up, and this is like an expandable setup that's quite easy to maintain, right? So we can put down multiple mechanical users onto multiple crops to make them grow like this. And then all we need to do now is, I'm trying to get this out of my right hand here, all we need to do now is set up some kind of system to collect all of this stuff, right? If we put down like an advanced item collector that just pumps all of those items into a storage crate or into the AE system, this is a nice way that we can automate our resources fairly quickly as well. Like, this is nice and fast at producing a decent amount of nether quartz, and especially over time, it's going to have quite a lot of it. But I think for now, just giving it 80 is probably fine. It might even be too much because, again, we probably, yeah, like, we are still gaining power during the day, which is nice. But we do have to kind of keep in mind that we are only producing 300 RF per tick right now, and we're only producing that 300 RF per tick during the day. And so we do somewhat rely on producing more power than we need during the day, and then, you know, using that excess power throughout the night, at least for the time being.